Doctors credit the injury to Scherzer carrying the team all
God, it's so weird seeing you on TV and in person at the same time.
Yeah, it's almost like there's two of you or something.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Nationals Park and all future MLB games after flashing their boobs during Game 5 of the World Series, said a cameraman who claimed he was just reading an article about the game. In other World Series chess,
excuse me for a second.
Choosing to take a home run.
They're on to us.
Oh no!
Damn, girl, you look good.
Oh, thanks. Welcome on in to Call It a Night, the sports show that loves casinos on Christmas Day. I'm your host, Julie Stewart-Binks, and today I'm so thrilled to be joined by my good buddy, old pal, Kazeem Famuyide. I almost messed it up, but I had it.
You almost had it.
I was so excited. I'm just so excited that you're back. You are everywhere, SNY, Slam Online, Uninterrupted, Revolt, and now host of the New York Post's Big Apple Buckets.
Yes.
It is awesome, as well as the Flagrant 2 podcast. Great to have you back. How have you been, buddy?
I've been good. You know, covering lots of Knicks stuff.
And what an exciting time to be covering Knicks.
Oh, man, what a time. What a time to be in the Garden.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, Duce Palooza is this Friday as well, so this being excited.
Everything is going well. We're going to dive into more things. Big Apple hoops and the absolute cluster that it is right now.
Yeah.
As well as head to the court to lay down our best arguments. But first, let's dive into tonight's headlines. The Dallas Cowboys proved that everything in Texas is bigger, even disappointments. Dem Boys lost to the Chicago Bears last Thursday, which made Coach Jason Garrett the most hapless redhead in a massive franchise since Ron Weasley.
Oh, wow. That's a very cultural joke. I'm like, who's Ron?
Not a big Harry Potter guy?
Nah, wasn't my thing. Was it? That's where he's from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're teaching about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like 12 years too late, I guess. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield blamed Odell Beckham Jr.'s lingering sports hernia on the training staff not handling it right. Specifically, that OBJ stopped short and curled back when he should have coughed and turned his head.
Sorry, is that a butthole joke? Nice.
You know what? I didn't know what that meant. Like, I guess that's a dude hernia joke, right?
I thought it was a colon, like, you know, when you check the colon, bend over, cough.
Why are you looking at Dan?
I mean, there's guys back here. I'm assuming we've all gotten our colons checked because we're responsible young men, right? Yeah. Go get your butthole checked.
Yeah, that's a reminder. Go get your butthole checked right here on Call Tonight. Reports say the Yankees are preparing a $245 million offer for free agent pitcher Garrett Cole. Upon hearing the news, a Red Sox fan shouted, "This is not what I meant when I said I hope the Yankees get Cole for Christmas."
Aw, that's...
Yeah, Christmas is here.
Okay.
But the Yankees would probably actually get real Cole versus actual
This is
Cole,
true.
because that's
This
Brian
is true.
Cashman.
That's a lot of money. You should just give him the full Billy, I think.
Yeah.
Just give him the full Billy. Why not? What do you got to lose?
Just go for it.
Just go for the full round number. Don't try and just like skirt by with the Strasburg.
They got it. They know they got it.
Yeah, what you got to lose? Yankees, Cashman. Jeez.
Yeah.
400 mil.
400 mil. Okay. Let's just go even more. Colts kicker Adam Vinatieri will have season-ending and possibly career-ending surgery on his knee. Vinatieri can count himself lucky, though, since the common treatment for a Colt with an injured leg is much more severe.
Oof, that was dark. You know, I was gonna say like any injury after your 40 is a career-ending injury, but you just, oof.
Oh yeah, yeah. When they go dark, we go darker on this show.
Shoot him right in the head. That was the joke.
Woohoo! All right. The World Anti-Doping Agency has imposed a 4-year ban on Russia using its flag, anthem, and team names at Olympic and other major sporting events, or as the president called it, a sad day for Ukrainian sports. That's, yeah, nice little political commentary. We've got more of that.
A little highbrow.
Yeah, a little highbrow commentary. Seahawks receiver DK Metcalf is releasing his own brand of coffee called Decaf Metcalf, with part of the proceeds going to charity. Not to be outdone, guard Mike Upati is releasing his own brand of toilets called the Squatty Upati.
There you go. That's what I need.
That's
Yes. The political commentary.
Yeah.
No, I need toilet humor.
Yeah, like to go along with getting your butt checked.
And butt check and
then
colon
pooping.
cancer jokes.
Colon cancer jokes, and then, you know,
And then
cleaning
shooting
your
horses in the
bowl.
head.
Yeah.
That's
That's
nice,
what we like.
robust.
That's what we really like on the show.
Just around,
Poop jokes.
very well-rounded comedy here on Call the Night.
Yeah.
Yup. Shoot him in the head and
Shoot
take
him
a
in the
shit.
head and take a poop. The Kansas City Chiefs' gear for their game with the Patriots was accidentally shipped to New Jersey by mistake. Fortunately, they were able to get it back to New England in time. In fact, Bill Belichick already had all their video equipment.
Cheaters.
And speaking of video equipment, the NFL is investigating a New England Patriots employee after he was videotaping play calls during the Bengals game against the Browns Sunday. A Patriots rep said they were only hoping to get a Bengals win on tape. They didn't.
The Bengals sucked. That's why. That's funny. Like, why would you need tape for the Bengals?
I
Like,
know.
what? I mean,
Well, that's how you know it's desperate times.
yeah. I mean, what are they?
Like
9-3
Tom Brady,
now?
man.
Ugh,
He's going downhill.
looking washed.
Yeah,
but,
he's looking
you
real
know.
washed up. We say that in New York.
Yeah,
as-
it means they're
Yeah.
not as good as they were when they were
Yeah.
younger. So for those who aren't in New York, that's what washed.
yeah, we know. Yeah, we only know super bad.
Oh, I love Superbad.
Yeah, that great movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, the Nationals signed Steven Strasburg to a $245 million contract. The money was released to the team after the team president agreed to investigate Joe Biden. I told you I like the old political jokes on the show. I like that I can kind of maybe get away with it more as or maybe not, but as a foreigner in this country.
I was about to say you're Canadian. Like what?
Someone somewhere is writing up my deportation papers.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, well, banish you to Canada. Banish you to a place with great health
Run into
care.
my
People
free
are
health
friendly.
care. Yeah. Meta World Peace is campaigning on Twitter for the Knicks head coaching job. Said Meta, quote, "If the Knicks job is available, I definitely want a head coach there. I will absolutely bring that street mentality to the Garden." In other words, if any of the usual Knicks fans boo, Meta will personally go into the stands and fight them, which has happened before at the Garden. And don't the Knicks already play like a street basketball team?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
I love Meta. Like I can't make fun of him.
You'd be great.
That's my guy.
That's the headlines, baby, and print it. All right, let's go. We're just getting started, but when we return, we'll dive into the latest NBA news and get our hoop scoops with Kaz. Hey guys, welcome on back to Call It a Night. We got sports host Kazeem Famuyide here on the couch with us.
Nailed it.
So you know how I was like stressing so hard, like hit that last name. So SNY, we worked together there.
Yes.
Slam online,
Yes.
uninterrupted. Do say everywhere. But since you were here last, you've now started as a host for Big Apple Buckets on New York Post podcast.
Yeah.
And it's a great time because we
Yeah.
got so much to talk about. Friday, David Fizdale gets fired after 4-17. He, inevitably was going to be that scapegoat just as the head coach.
Yeah.
Was this the right move?
I guess so. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, you talked about the Knicks are terrible, but there's always something to talk about with these guys, right? And I think it was the right move because now the spotlight is where it's supposed to be. And it's on that front office. Guys like Scott Perry. I mean, Scott Perry just got there, but Steve Mills, he's been there since I was in middle school, you know what I mean, in some way, shape, or form. And outside of James Dolan, who is probably not going to sell the team, he's the only person in the world who probably says no to $5 billion. He's the only, he's the one guy who's been there this entire time. He's the one who's synonymous with the mediocrity. So Granted, I don't think Fizdale, I don't think he's really given a fair shake. I think he went in there thinking he was going to coach Kristaps Porzingis and have space to get like another guy just as good or better than him, and he got none of that. So, I mean, he's gotten paid for 4 years, $25 million to go sit at home and watch the games with the rest of us. So I think he'll be okay. But yeah, it's the first step in the next line of a bunch of steps to finally make this team watchable.
Right. I know, because when you look back like a year ago, there was so much hope with even for free agency, for the draft, and then now like literally everything bad that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. But now we look ahead. I know you mentioned on your podcast, listened to it last night, that you think Becky Hammon would be someone to replace him, which would be, first of all, obviously as a female and seeing in women's sports and in Major League sports would be great. I don't think the Knicks would ever go down that path.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are saying Mark Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mark Jackson's the logical pick. But if I'm the Knicks, I want to make a choice where, one, I need some good PR because ever since last year, you sold us on so much hope. You need something good that's going to get people invested again. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, it's not like, oh, we're just giving this job to somebody. Like, she's qualified.
Yeah.
Like, she's under the Popovich tree. She's played for the New York Liberty. She knows New York. She's a basketball mind. Every single, you talk to DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge, all these people sing her praises. So it's like, yeah, why not take a chance on this person, And she's kind of playing with house money because if she doesn't succeed, lesser people have tried and have also been unsuccessful as a head coach of the Knicks. And if she does succeed, she's a folk hero. You know what I mean? She breaks down barriers. She breaks down walls just getting the job, just getting an interview. So, yes, Mark Jackson, I think, would be probably the most likely of hires. Probably Jason Kidd after that. But if I'm the Knicks, I'd take a real hard look at Becky Hammon and trying to make that happen.
Well, wouldn't that be something incredible?
I think it'd be dope.
In the basketball world?
I think it'd be dope, man.
I have lesser expectations more so because I now live in this country of America, so we won't get into that right now.
Women doing sports?
Yeah, wow.
What?
Oh my God, girls.
What a wild concept!
but speaking of the Knicks, they face Carmelo Anthony.
Yes.
Tonight, Tuesday, in Portland. And Melo had some things to say about the Knicks. He said that, coming to New York, you take on so much pressure in the spotlight, and that's why KD and Kyrie didn't necessarily come here. Do you think that the allure of playing for the Knicks is over?
No, I don't think it'll ever be over because I still feel like that one person who eventually does go to the Knicks and to give them some sort of success is going to be treated like a rock star. You know what I mean? Like, even you look at guys like Jeremy Lin, who had like 3 weeks of good basketball and he's got a movie, he's in the Hall of Fame, like he's got all these things. But, I don't think that allure is ever going to leave because the reason why this is a big story is because no matter what, it's the 5th most profitable franchise in sports behind the Yankees, the Cowboys, the Lakers.
European clubs.
And some soccer teams, because we don't watch soccer, I'm an American. And you got the Knicks, So it's it's always going to be an alluring job. It's always going to have some allure to it. And you look at Kyrie Irving right now, and he's not even on the real A team of New York. And even he's already had to deal with a lot of the backlash of being in that New York media microscope every single game. You see what happened to him when he went to play the Boston Celtics twice and didn't suit up. It was a whole big thing. So imagine that with the New York Knicks, it would have been times 1,000. Yes. So Melo has his points. Melo, which, I always said, even when he wasn't on a team and he was, working out at Lifetime Athletic for 2 years or whatever, I always gave him respect, and I've always adored Melo because he was the one guy who knew that and took it on head on. It's listen, I know it's hard to be, the guy in New York City, but he knew everything that came with it, and he took it with grace. And even when the whole Phil Jackson thing went down, and he was kind of I guess, shunned away from the team, he never said anything bad. He never went on no press runs talking about how crazy it was to play for the Knicks or any of that type of stuff. He just kind of shut up and went to work. So it was weird to see how all these people kind of were against Melo, when he left. And now that you see him doing what he's doing in Portland, in a place that, is suited to his talents, he's flourishing. Yeah,
and you mentioned that. I mean, he was Western Conference Player of the Week. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Is this what we can expect of Melo's second chance in a way?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you gotta understand, people were expecting Melo to be something he's not. You know what I mean? And the biggest thing against Melo when he was in New York was he couldn't beat LeBron James, which nobody could beat LeBron James during those Heat years. So what he is a Hall of Fame level one-of-one type of bucket getter, you know, and he doesn't have to be the guy in Portland. You got Dame Lillard, you got CJ McCollum. On certain nights, you got Hassan Whiteside. But Melo, you just want him to catch and shoot threes and rebound the ball. Great. He'll do that all day long. And he can do that until he's 40-something years old. So I think we'll still see more success from him. I think the Portland Trailblazers, my adopted West Coast team since the Knicks are terrible, will eventually make that playoff run. And I think they'll be fun to watch, man. Like, you can never count out a guy like Dame Lillard because he's a hooper, man.
He's very exciting.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned LeBron James. Him and Anthony Davis together put up 82 points against Minnesota the other night, and AD with 50 points. With these two guys together, who would you liken them to? Like, what do you think that they could become?
Oh, gosh. I don't think we've ever seen a duo like them. Like, people want to say, like, oh, they're like the new whatever. Like, no, you've never seen two guys this good on the same team at, like, first off, you've never seen a guy in LeBron James who is knocking on 35 years old, 36 years old, still playing at this level, you know what I mean? On top of that, you got Anthony Davis, who's in the middle of his prime, playing this well. You know, I said this in the beginning of the year, I had them winning the championship. I didn't really believe in the Clippers like that. I think at the end of the day, it comes down who has the best players on the team. And in any playoff series that they play at, they will have the two best players on any given night. They have the two best players on their team. So I don't think we've ever seen anything like it as far as like their skill sets are concerned, the way they play each other, the way they complement each other, the way they defend.
Right.
They're exciting to watch.
Yeah, if they can stay healthy, they are going to be such a team to watch down the stretch,
That's
right?
the big if, absolutely.
Yeah, 'cause both of them had injuries last year and in the past. But when the Lakers are good, much like the Knicks, everyone is happy in basketball, including Adam Silver. All right, we got a whole lot more to come. We aren't done laying down the law here just yet on Call It a Night. Next up, Kaz will defend himself on Judge Julie. And baby, I take no prisoners.
Hi, I'm Amani Toomer, and it's late. I'm gonna call it a night.
Welcome back. It's that time of the year where you're sitting around with your family and friends a lot and inevitably arguing about something. Well, today we're pinning friend of the show, Kaz, against perpetual punching bag producer Mike Lockyer, where they will be bringing the ammo for their best arguments to court on Judge Julie. Welcome back to Judge Julie. Order, order. Court is now in session and we're about to get guilty. We have a number of topics that need to be deliberated. Kaz, you've been given the first choice. Mike, you're going to be cleaning up the slop like you usually do every day.
No, baby.
Remember, as in life, guys, it only matters what I think. So first up, in the case of a better holiday, Kaz, you are arguing for New Year's Eve, while Locke, you get New Year's Day. Kaz, what makes New Year's Eve the better holiday?
New Year's Eve is the better holiday because there's hope. There's anticipation. There's anything could happen. There's alcohol. There's tons and tons of alcohol and sex. There's nothing more better than alcohol, sex, and anticipation. There's really like, I don't know where, and then the next day, all you're doing is regretting everything you did before and then just remembering, oh, it's just another day, so.
Fair argument.
Yeah.
All right, Locke, what do you have for New Year's Day?
You see, Judge, as I get older, I realize that I want a day off of work more than I want just another night out with some people drinking. You're surrounded by assholes, and then you got to count down. Whoa, whoa!
Surrounded by assholes.
No,
I'm always surrounded by assholes.
that's what I mean. There's nothing. There is nothing special about New Year's Eve except for the countdown. I will be staying out till 3 a.m. I will be drinking, and I will spend too much money, eat too much food. I wasn't debating the sex part. We're talking two different New Year's Eves, but New Year's Day is better.
All right, okay, my verdict on this is if you haven't noticed, I am a basic bitch. I obviously love New Year's Eve. I love sequins, I love getting drunk, and I love sex.
Yes.
Mike, you are guilty of being an absolute narc. You know,
Biased.
You can
it's a biased court.
You know what you missed is you can have sex on New Year's Day.
This is true.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Fair-
missed
true,
that, so
true.
guilty. Next
Damn.
up, next case on the docket today, we've got arguments for the better holiday drink. Kaz, you're on the side of mulled wine. Locke, you have eggnog. Kaz, mulled wine. Why?
Your Honor, I'm a black man, so I've never drank mulled wine in my entire life. But have you tried eggnog? Like, dairy and liquor is a marriage that should have never happened. It's an abomination to this world, okay? There's no reason why I should be feeling gassy and drunk at the same time. Should never, ever happen. Eggnog is terrible. I'll literally drink toilet water before I drink eggnog. So whatever the mulled wine is, Your Honor, I will drink
Whatever
that.
this mulled wine is.
Whatever it is.
Not happy that you don't know mulled wine, but you do make a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
And Locke, defend your eggnog.
Listen, we're talking the nog, baby. Okay, we're talking the nog. We're talking, yeah. It's dairy and it's liquor, but it's fine. It's bourbon. It's not this mulled wine. What do you got all those spices for? Star anise all up in your mulled wine? I don't need things in there that I'm gonna choke on. Get out of here, all right? And I grew up in the Midwest, so I've been drinking milk for way too long, so I'm fine with it. Okay, eggnog wins.
Order, order. Both of you are idiots. Bourbon is in both eggnog
Yes.
and in mulled wine.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Is
and
it? This
I'm
guy,
not trying to-
great public defender here. Just like, I'll do it. I'll defend
Kaz's
it.
point, I do like that you linked up dairy to animals, and dairy comes out very near to where their pee comes out.
Yes.
That is gross.
Yes.
So Kaz, I award you mulled wine, and Locke, you can continue
Get outta here.
sucking on that milk.
The spirit of Johnny
I'll take my
Crockett
nog.
taking over me.
Next case on Judge Julie, we will hear today a better tradition. Kaz, you say it's NBA Christmas Day. Locke, you're arguing for a New Year's Day once again, but college football. Kaz.
Christmas Day is the day that the NBA season really starts. It's when games actually matter. It's when people care. It's when you see new sneakers. It's when you see new uniforms. It's when you get all the kids out. It's when you got to open presents early in the day. You don't have the stink of New Year's Eve from last night to watch football games that don't even really matter in the grand scheme of things. The real game happens a few days later. So of course, NBA Christmas Day, Your Honor, is the better holiday game.
We want to talk about
Locke.
games that don't matter. The NBA games, Christmas Day, don't mean a damn thing. All right? Those games are done. What are they? I don't even know what's going on. You talked about the sneakers and the kid. That's not what matters.
I need my Christmas colorways.
Listen,
every Christmas Eve day.
The New Year's Day bowl games, although now they don't mean anything, kind of really. I mean, I get what you're
Stop
saying.
going against your
But
own
no, but I'm
self.
just saying, it's the culmination of these kids working hard all
Okay.
year long.
Working all that
right.
time.
All right, order.
Going back to be club bouncers.
Very good points made. Very good points made. I am going to have to side with Locke on this one. I like college football better, being hungover, watching it, and Kaz, the Raptors never play on Christmas Day because the NBA hates Canada. And Locke, you lost overall, so I'm going to sentence you to be watching Home Alone 3.
Oh!
No.
Your Honor, please reconsider. Please reconsider. I throw myself on the mercy of the court. That's a very harsh punishment.
All right, you get indigestion from too much figgy pudding.
Oh.
That's all the time we have. Everyone's guilty on Judge Julie. All right, great effort, guys. Jurors may be excused, but not viewers. We'll be back with more fun after this. We're cruising along here on Call It a Night, but before you do just that, make sure you follow us at Fubo Sports on Twitter. You can also find full episodes on our Fubo Sports YouTube channel. And Kaz, great to have you back here on the program.
Yeah.
What do you got next?
This Friday, Palooza at the Barclays Center. We got Cameron, Jim Jones, Fabulous, The Locks, Vivio Farm, Partisan Fontaine, Swiss Beats, Just Blaze, Austin Mills. So many people DJing. It's going to be so lit. Get your tickets on DucePalooza.com/tickets. It's a 7th year. Barclays Center.
Wow,
Pull
that
up.
sounds amazing. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back here, same place, same time Thursday. But for now, we're going to call it a night. And however you may be calling it a night, make sure it's a good one.